Hello, hello, welcome, Periscope. I'm getting ready to jump on Facebook a little bit here. Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to the Raising a Mogul TV show. I am your host, Tamara Zantel. I coach, I train, and I support parents working really hard to raise their young moguls. And I am excited to have you here on my broadcast this evening. Today is Monday, May 8th, I believe, right? If I'm wrong, someone tell me. My birthday's the 11th, so I should know. Gonna be 41 years old. Don't tell nobody, but it's okay. Awesome. I am so excited to be here. So excited to see everyone. Let me jump in really quick and share this broadcast out. If you're here in the room, say hello to me, please. Tell me where you're calling in from, where you're tuning in from, where you're videoing from, wherever you're doing it. Tell me where it's from, whatever you're doing. And thank you for being here. I'm excited to see you, and I'm excited to share with you. So last night I shared with you a little bit about my the 4 things that your child needs if they want to be an entrepreneur. So today we talked about the first thing. So tonight we're going to talk about the second thing. So this is important. You do not want to miss this. Share this out to anybody you think that will find this important and that will find value in this. And I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I am working really hard. I'm trying to figure out, Facebook is not trying to help me out and keep me from being great here. I'm trying to make it happen. So how's everybody? Tell me how you're doing. Share this broadcast out, please. If you're here, double tap the screen. Give me some hearts. Give me some love. I appreciate that. Okay, I found it. I found me. I see me. All right, I'm about to share this out. I want to make sure that nobody misses this because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good one. Okay, so we're going to get this out to where it needs to go. I've been working on testing out different platforms that will work so that I can broadcast everywhere. So, but because technology is not the best thing, my best thing, the best thing that I'm good at, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I'm learning. And the more I learn, the better I get. The more I learn, the better I get. And that's it, right? So, all right, this is awesome. I'm so excited. So let me tell you about today. I hope everybody has had a super duper day. I, this evening, just got back not too long ago from celebrating my daughter. If you all don't know, my daughter is Xandra Azariah Cunningham, and she is the CEO and founder of Xandra Beauty. Yes. So Xandra Beauty is a natural skincare line. You can check it out at xandrabeauty.com. And what she does is she makes and she creates and she sells. She's the CEO of a natural skincare line. She started the business when she was 9. She's 16 now. And I am her manager. I'm her momager. We've been in business. She has been in business. We have been a family business for about 7 years now. I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. So I'm excited to get started. So yes, so like I said, tonight we are talking about, so your child wants to be an entrepreneur, right? Let's hide that, get that out of the way. They need these 4 things. Last evening, we talked about them needing vision and why it's so important. Let me turn the light on here. Make sure you can see me. Oh, that's a little too hot. Vision and why it's so important. They need to see it, write the vision, make it plain. It needs to be tangible, something they can see in their hands, something that they can imagine, that they can draw, that they can put on paper. It needs to be almost as if it's already happening. That's how real this thing needs to be. Or they're not going to take it seriously and you will not take it seriously, right? So tonight I want to talk about the second thing. The second thing is action, right? Is action. So vision is the foundation. Vision is the foundation, but action is what gets everything in motion, right? We have to take action. So you think about it. We as adults, them as children, you can lay in a bed on a Saturday afternoon and you're thinking, oh, I want to cut the grass. I need to do laundry. I got to do dishes. I want to go hang out with my friends. I still have homework to do, all these different things. You can envision all these things that are your reality that needs to happen. However, if you don't take action, guess what? It'll be Monday and nothing gets done. It'll be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and nothing has been done. The action is what propels, right? We need to take action. So your child, if you don't notice that your child, so they want to be, we used examples last evening about them wanting to be, do landscaping or cut lawns or make jewelry, I think I said. So if they're not taking action, if they're not saying, Mom, Dad, Grandma, Granddad, Auntie, I have these beads, and you don't see them making a way out of nothing, the little bit before you even spend any money. We're not talking about spending any money. If they're not already committed to doing what they need to do before the money actually comes into play, before anybody's made an investment, if they're not taking action, there's a good chance, rather, that they're not really that serious. So these are the things. We talk about paying attention to the clues, watching your children, how they move, how they respond, how they act, right? So if they're not taking action on the things they really say they want to do, I don't care if they just want to go to the prom. I really want to go to prom. I want this dress. I want hair. I want makeup. I want this. I want a limo. I want this beautiful suit. I want this awesome thing. Or I want to ask this girl. I hope this guy asks. They're not taking action. They don't really want it. You as the parent has to make that clear to them. Make it plain. Dude, you say this, but where's the proof? I don't see it, right? You say this, but what are you doing to prove that this is something that you really want to do? So if they want to cut lawns, they want to make jewelry, what jewelry have you made? Prove it to me. I'm not going to invest in your dream. No one's going to invest in their dream, which is the bottom line, if they don't first take action, right? So you have to, it's your job to make that clear to them, because we talked about giving them the confidence they need, not discouraging them, not breaking spirits, but just making it plain, because the world is a cruel place. First place they need to hear the really hard, tough news is from you. So when somebody else says it, when a mentor says it, when a program director says it, they're not shocked, right? They've heard it before and they understand that there's room for improvement. So action is important, right? So I already said vision is the foundation. It's the reason, the purpose, but we cannot stop there. We cannot stop there. Let's see. So action. When most people think action, they think really hard work, right? You're thinking really hard work, like action, like you need to do something. A lot of us are programmed to think that if we're not working, if we're not working really hard, or you're not sweating and dying or struggling, that it's all for nothing, or you're not doing it right? I don't agree, because I think you can take action, and it doesn't have to be really, really hard work. Sometimes it's something that's really hard, really difficult. I'm not talking about perseverance. I'm not talking about overcoming obstacles. But sometimes when things are really, really hard, you get tons of resistance. It might just mean that it's not for you. It's not for them. So if your daughter or your son is struggling to be a fashion designer and they just can't get the vision, and they can't source materials, and nobody will accept them, and they just keep getting the no's, at some point, possibly, that might not be their lane. Maybe they might love fashion, but maybe they're supposed to be the photographer. Maybe they're supposed to be the makeup artist. Maybe they're supposed to be the set designer or the creative director. Who knows? So these are the things we have to think about. So action does not always equal hard work, in my opinion. right? Hard work, like, where it's, months and months and months, and I'm getting discouraged and I can't do it, right? However, I do believe that, businesses and brands and dreams that are created are built, on hard work. However, there has to be a balance. You have to pay attention to the clues. And as a parent, as a momager, as a dadager, that's a word, our job is to uplift them, propel them, and also guide them and give them what they need, right? Not necessarily all the time what they want, but most importantly, what they need, right? So they might just need to hear, nail polish just might not be your thing because you're working really hard at it, honey, but they all just really don't look good. Those conversations need to be had. So we're talking about action, not only the ability for them to take action, but also how their actions come across to the world, what their actions look like, what their progress looks like, right? Okay. So, and we also want to teach our children to enjoy work. So you're thinking it's Saturday afternoon, it's Sunday afternoon, whatever you do, you're cleaning. Wednesday afternoon, you want to, put some music on. Explain to them why their room needs to be cleaned, why we have to clean up your art area or your creative area, wherever it is that you do your thing. So they need to understand why we do this. A lot of kids dread the activity, the contribution to the family, the hard work involved in being part of the team. A family is a team. Don't forget that. A family is a team, a group of people collectively working towards a common goal, right? We're a team. So they need to understand that their role on this team is essential and that everybody has to play their role, has to do their part, and together we work hard for the common good of the team, right? So, but we can make that fun. So if we have to keep our house clean because we have to keep our house clean, we're not scumbags, right? Making it fun as opposed to just be like, oh, we got to clean the house on Saturday, so you can't do anything because Saturdays are cleaning day. No, guys, guess what? We're going to get the house clean. We're going to do this. We're going to put some music on. And after, we're going to celebrate. And then you can go here and I can go here. We're going to do popcorn and a movie. It's all about presentation, and you will hear me say that a lot. Most things with our children, presentation, right? They receive what we give. So if it's dreadfully awful for us, it's going to be dreadfully awful for them, okay? Because that's what you're giving up, right? So last but not least, action. They need to take action. So to recap, we're talking about your child having this huge dream. They want to be in other things that you need to watch to make sure that they're actually ready. What do you need to know before you throw $500, $5,000 behind this huge dream, right? We're not doing all that if we're not sure, because nobody has money to waste, right? We need to make sure they have a proper vision, a vision so crystal clear that it can be written down and they can explain it. Then we need to make sure they're ready to take action, right? Action is key. I'm not necessarily saying that your son has to prove that he's willing to mow 50,000 lawns before you invest $20 into his business. But he needs to clearly relay to you that he is ready for the assignment. He means what he says when he tells you, Mom, Dad, Nana, this is what I want to do, right? When that vision starts to play out and you start to see the action, it should fall in line with the vision. But if the action comes out to, oh, you spent the whole weekend hanging out with your friends and you slept for the last 4 days and you missed all these meetings and there was no business plan and you didn't write out what you said you were going to do, maybe they're not ready. I'm not saying don't forgive them. I'm not saying there won't be a couple slips and falls here and there, because there will. Believe me, there will. But this is your job. This is where you come in and help them, pick them up, encourage them, and support them, uplift them, and keep them going, right? But you also have to be the smart one. You also have to decide whether this is a thing or not. Hey, Sister Jackie, how are you? You clean every day, right? Well, we should clean every day. I don't know if we clean every day. We have to vacuum every day, though, because we have 2 little doggies and they shed like ridiculously. It's so crazy. So glad to see you. So I just wanted, the last thing I want to leave you with this evening is to celebrate the small things. It's really important. So we talked about the scenario of the child wanting to be a barber or do the lawn care business. Don't forget to celebrate the small things, okay? Like sometimes we get caught up in what we think this thing is supposed to look like, like don't forget, you're 30, 40, 50 years old, 60 years, however old you are, you have a job, you've been in corporate America, you've been around the block a couple times, right? So you know how things work. But you have this child that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, and they're just starting. They're trying to figure it out, right? So we have to go easy. And if they go and they get their business registration, or they cut 2 lawns, or they cut 1 head this month, we have to celebrate the small things. Because if you, as the mentor, as the manager, as the uplifter, as a support network, as the one that's supposed to keep them grounded, are judgmental, harsh, or the one to break their spirit, it could destroy everything. And that's the bottom line. We have to be really careful about what we give and what they receive from us. Sure, you can go in your room and be like, darn it, I told him 5 lawns this week. We have to have deadlines. We have to hold them accountable. However, if it's just the beginning, be easy. Go with the flow. Do the best you can. Make sure they're doing the best they can and they're taking action, right? You'll know. Your gut will tell you whether they're ready or not. And if they're not, take some time, settle down, retreat, get it together, force them to get it together, and decide whether or not this thing they want to do, whatever it is, can really, really be a thing that you can get behind and support, right? So that's my time, everyone. I thank you so much for spending this evening with me for a couple moments. I also want to let you know that I'm going to share in a couple minutes. Little Miss Sandra and I are going to be jumping on a live with Miss Barbara Pender. We're going to be talking about her nomination for Teenpreneur of the Year for Black Enterprise. And we are just so excited and so grateful for this opportunity. So we're going to jump on live for a little bit in about maybe 15, 20 minutes. And we're going to talk about it a little bit. That and the fact that today she had her first of 2 Small Business Administration Awards, where she was named the Young Entrepreneur of the Year for the Small Business Administration, and I am so proud of her. Check out my page at Tamara Z. Lewis, and you'll see a little video of us walking out of the ceremony and just being silly as a family. It's really cool. And if you're not following me, you should be. If you haven't shared this video, you should have. Tag a friend that has a child that has a huge dream of a mogul that they're struggling to raise. I also have a Facebook community. It's called Raising a Mogul Community. If you're not in it, you should be. But long story short, I'm really excited that you all took some time to hang out with me this evening. I am Tamara Zantel. I train, I coach, and I support parents raising young moguls. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one.